Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now, here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Welcome, my fellow world travelers here and world citizens. Welcome to a whole new year, and I hope everyone is full of great expectations. Yes, sir. The tooth of January, Michael. I swear to God, man, only 363 more days, and we get to do it all over again.
Absolutely. Hope this 2022 is better than 2021.
So, how was your New Year's?
It was fine, thanks. I like to keep it a little mellow on New Year's Eve, and I live really close to the parade route where the Rose Parade is, and so I get to see floats come by the house, and I get to see stealth bombers fly over. So it was a good time.
You know what? You were mentioning that you got to see the B-2 bomber, and that has to be. A lot of people talk about the military and this, and I mean they make a lot of noise. But there is really nothing more patriotic and more exciting than watching that type of.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see it as like, some sort of, militaristic kind of thing. I see it more as of a testament to science and technology.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you know what? No matter what it is, it is exciting to see. I mean, have you ever been to like an air show where you see the Blue Angels?
Yeah, I have seen the Blue Angels.
The Thunderbirds and all of that. It's amazing. I had the great privilege of actually being one in the cockpit of a very fast planes, and what you see is like, and what you feel is exciting, even for us from the military, from a military standpoint. It is the greatest feeling and the greatest sense of pride to be part of something as big as that, So anyway, I'm glad you get to enjoy it. I mean, I missed it. I heard somebody parachuted also from.
I did see that. Yeah, I haven't seen the footage, but I did hear that. Yeah.
Are you near the Pasadena area?
Oh yeah, I'm literally maybe about a mile and a half just south of the Rose Bowl, and maybe just a mile southwest of Pasadena in general.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's a big deal in Pasadena for sure.
I love it. I used to watch the B-52s, take it one right after the other, like, and it's like exciting. I've also seen footage of the planes I used to fly. It's like just the throaty sound and this crazy speeds and all that. Anyway, I wish everybody to really start off 2022 with a high note. I know many have made resolutions, and we're going to be talking about that. But in the meantime, please get ready for the fact that it's a new year, and we need to start it with a lot of high expectations and a lot of great stuff to think about. So let's take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we will be getting started with a great show, the first show of 2022. We'll be right back.
You've heard me talk about MyPillow, and now Mike has done it again by introducing his new slippers. I love these. He's taken over 2 years to develop them. They're designed to wear indoor, outdoor, all day long. They're made with MyPillow foam and impact gel to help prevent fatigue. They're made with quality leather suede. Now, for a limited time, Mike's offering them 50% off on his new MyPillow slippers. 50% off. The My slippers are so comfortable. You'll want to get some for the whole family. I wear mine. I look like a movie actor, like Robert Davi or Fred Dreyer on a movie set. that. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener square, and use the promo code HORN. You'll also get deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the Giza Dream bed sheets, the MyPillow mattress topper, the MyPillow towel sets, or you can call 800-889-6959 and use the promo code HORN. That's 800-889-6959. Use the promo code HORN, or go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code HORN.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
All right, welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz. This is your pal Orly here with my very good friend Mike, Mr. Super Engineer.
Glad to be here.
Many people deal with the situation of resolutions for New Year. Are you a resolutions guy?
I am, but not in a way that I think is more the norm of resolutions. I never make resolutions like, oh, I'm going to, quit smoking, or I'm going to, which I should, or, I'm going to, go to the gym or something like that. It's more about kind of the way that I kind of conduct myself. Like my resolutions this year is I want to be more patient with people.
Okay.
And like also I want to, kind of take things day by day rather than, getting myself riddled with anxiety about things that are coming up that I can't control.
Do you find that maybe people sometimes make way too many resolutions and it becomes like a challenge of seeing what is more important or what? See, I'm a big believer. I never make resolutions for New Year's, other than the fact that I hope to be better than I did last year. That's it. But like you say, stop smoking, stop eating, eat more healthy, whatever, I don't, because you know what? It's like going to confession where you go and you said, Father, I've sinned. I lusted against my neighbor's wife. And then after 10 Hail Marys, you see her on the street and you go like, pretty nice. So you start all over again.
I also think people oftentimes make New Year's resolutions that are too broad. They'll be like, okay, in 2022, I want to have more fun. Well, what are you going to do? Like, you need to have a little bit more specifics there to really keep yourself grounded in that.
I'm for one, I have always been one that I think that if there's a project that needs to be done, and I have to confess that I have forgotten in the past few years due to circumstances, many things have happened that kind of take the wind out of your sails type of thing. But I've been the one that if I think of something, for me to say, well, I think I'll wait till next month when it's not tax season or it's not winter and it's not raining. No, I think the time to start is when you have an idea, you have a plan, boom, get it going.
Yeah, and you don't want to do anything that you know is going to be completely out of your capacity and wheelhouse. It's like, I'm going to climb Mount Everest. Like maybe start, with something a little bit more practical.
Something a little bit more hilly.
Yeah. Start with Mount Baldy.
Yeah. Start with like in my case, I have to start with a step ladder because, yeah. No, you know what? I mean, like, you're right in one thing. It's like many people throw out what sounds great, I think. I think it sounds like monumental. I'm going to accomplish whatever. And at the end of the day, it turns out to be more than they can chew. And then the disappointment starts. Yeah. I think people get more like, oh, man, nothing happened, I think one of the things that you're right about one thing, we need to be a little bit more patient. I think that circumstances are still tenuous with the COVID. I mean, what can you do? It's out there. You can't go preaching fake, and expect everybody to say, oh, yeah, you're right, and let's change it, I think you have to live within the majority. If you have to wear a mask, wear a mask. I got the booster shot. I went out, I got the booster shot. And you know what? A lot of people go like, well, you felt trapped to the thing, No, I did it because I felt that I had to. I needed to.
It's citizenship.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be the cause of somebody concerned about the fact that, oh, he's not vaccinated, should we be close to him? Or
Yeah, there was a lot of that happened these holidays. I mean, several of the engagements that I was supposed to attend, both on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day, were either canceled outright or significantly modified because people were just terrified that, with this Omicron variant, and a lot of these people are vaccinated and boosted. So my thing is, if you're vaccinated and you're boosted, yeah, wear the mask if you're indoors in public, but otherwise live your life.
You know what? I never been able to understand why people make so much to do about a little thing. I mean, we all grew up with vaccinations as a kid in school, whatever, in the military.
Yeah, anybody that has ever served in the military or been tangentially associated with the military, then they know when you're in basic.
Our card was like,
it's like bam, 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 one after another. And a lot of that stuff, is not stuff that's necessarily FDA approved.
Have you ever been or seen a military line?
Yeah.
You actually, you get 4 shots at a whack.
Yeah.
With a gun.
Yeah.
Papa, papa.
And this is not some beautiful nurse that's giving it to you either. It's some salty corpsman who's, just wants to get you through the line. So he's not necessarily, trying to be as gentle as possible.
Yeah, no. So you get used to it. But what I don't understand, Mike, is that today, it seems to me that, and this is not a political show of any kind, and it's not a political comment or anything else. But there's groups of people that, if you say the sky is blue, there's a bunch of people that are going to say, well, is it dark blue or is it light blue? Or Mike, what kind of blue is it? It's blue. It's blue. And there's people that will argue about everything under the sun. Yet these people seem to be the least educated in the bunch, or there's a lot of ignorance that comes along with that, And I don't understand it. People, they just talk to hear themselves talk.
Yeah, a lot of people are just naturally defiant towards authority.
Yeah.
But also, too, I think with the rise of social media, that, a statement from, the Associated Press or Reuters or any, big news organization carries just as much weight as, your Aunt Lydia on Facebook.
Do you think that the racist rhetoric is a little too far out of touch with reality?
Well, I think tribalism is too far out of touch with reality. I think that anytime that, you want to separate yourself into a distinct group that's oppositional to the society at large, I think that can be unwise.
I grant you that. My thing is that I have never seen color. I come from a country that is very much colorblind, okay? And for us, it's a very common thing to, if there's in a small town and there's 3 people named Ralph, and one is Oriental, and one is black, and one is white, nobody really says white Ralph, it just says Ralph.
Yeah.
But the other one is black Ralph and Chinese Ralph. But it's not meant as derogatory, and it's not ever taken like that. It's just, for us, using certain curse words is like part of the speech,
Yeah.
Now, today, though, I find it that people, before they actually address anybody who speaks something, they stop back and think, am I going to say something that may be taken as offensive?
Yeah, I think people are far more easily offended, and I think people who are offended jump to conclusions about why they were offended and not the actual intent behind the remark.
Let's take a little bit of break, and when we come back, more of Mike and Orlando.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's, at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. It's a fantastic place to celebrate the holidays. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with our 10-foot Christmas tree. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes, pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our incredible pizza, and our incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown in from Italy. Angelo's and Vinci's is the perfect spot for your holiday dinner or party. Get your shopping done for everyone by purchasing holiday gift certificates. Feel the spirit at Angelo's and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com.
Attention real estate investors. Do you need cash immediately? If you own one or multiple rental properties, you can use your equity to get cash out fast. The best part is we don't need tax returns or even a good credit score. At America's Loan Source, we are not a bank and we don't have bank rules. We make the decisions to loan you money, and there's no limit how much we can give you. Some clients have gotten as much as $500,000 or more within days. Use the money any way you want. If you own one rental property or 100 and COVID has left you in a cash crunch, we can help you turn your equity into fast cash. Call now for details and close in as little as 10 days and get the cash you need. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. 800-353-1760. That's 800-353-1760.
Think of the many sacrifices it took to establish and to preserve liberty in the United States. Think of the many generations that went before us, that spilled blood to preserve that liberty, our freedoms. And look at how long it took, not very long, for us to lose many of those liberties. One flu season, together with lockdowns galore, and so many of those liberties just slipping away. In the United States today, we see an American government that is weakening abroad, even as it oppresses its people at home. We discuss this and so much more on our program, The Trumpet Daily. We're live weekday mornings at 11 a.m. Central Time in the United States. You can listen at CRN Digital Radio, Channel 3, or watch the live video stream at our website, thetrumpet.com.
All right, we are back again, and I want to talk a little bit about one of the business that I in part of the show that I like to move along a little bit more in the future, and that is the idea of travel. There's still people that have a lot of reservations about travel, and listen, there's going to be mask laws, there's going to be testing along the way for this, but the destinations are primarily open. You may have to protect yourself. You may have to do the sanitizing of the hands and washing and be careful in lines and the whole thing. But the destinations are still there as beautiful and pristine as always. And, many people I've talked to are afraid of getting on board a plane because the COVID and whatnot. Masks are still mandatory, but I'm going to tell you something. If there is actually safe air, is inside of an airplane, because the filtration systems in modern aircraft is filled with HEPA filters. They recycle from the outside cool air into the aircraft. So the chances of contracting a virus on board an airplane are minimal. Remember this, before people board a plane, they have to show a negative test. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I would not because I am both vaccinated and boosted, I would not feel apprehensive about flying on an airplane right now.
Right.
But also, it should be noted, too, that there's plenty of beautiful destinations that are within driving distance. Maybe it's a great time for a road trip.
That's true.
And you know what's also a really good way to travel? By train.
Train, yeah. You know, it's one train that I've been wanting to do for the longest time. There's two trains. Actually, the Napa train, which is through the wineries.
Yeah.
It's got to be the most beautiful thing in the world because it's the old style choo-choo, you know?
Yeah.
And the other one is the Rocky Mountaineer across Canada.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, you know what? I mean, it's like...
Well, what about also the Oriental Express all the way across Asia? That'd be
yeah.
fun.
Well, I've done, the Oriental Express sold part of the trains, the Hiram Bingham, in Peru.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to Machu Picchu, you can take the Hiram Bingham.
Yeah.
And the old style luxury. I mean, like the seating, and it kind of takes you back to places and times when you cannot even imagine existed.
I love that stuff. There's a great website. It's done through the New York Times. The New York Times, what they've done is they've compiled an archive of menus, of restaurant menus, hotel menus. And one of the great parts too is they have all these great menus from trains you could go on. You know, like the Pacific Surfliner, or like the American Indian Chief, the one that went from New York to Chicago all through the 19th and then 20th centuries. And I mean, you could get like a filet mignon, you get all these great wines. It was really kind of a really classy way to travel.
Yeah, I mean, I think little by little people are beginning to understand that there's more than just going to like an all-inclusive type of thing.
Yeah.
And I have nothing but respect for all-inclusives, okay? I'm not going to say anything bad about them. I love them. I've been to many of them. I think people make a mistake by doing that only because there's a lot of territory and beautiful things to see outside of the
so like what you're saying is that when the all-inclusive, you're more incentivized to stay the entire time at the resort rather than actually explore.
Well, everything is made so that you don't leave the premises.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Cancun, to the Moon Palace of any kind. There's like 7 different moon palaces, territories, properties, and each one of them is more fantastic than the next. But the whole idea behind it is that if you want to be in a pool, well, there's the Moon, whatever, has one pool that is half a mile long and intertwining all over the premises there. And there's 10 swim-up bars inside that pool, you know. So if that's what you want, you can actually be in the water all day long, drinking from one place to another, and eating this and that and the other, and never come out of the water.
Yeah.
You know, so... But by the same token, the area of Cancun, outside of Cancun, has some beautiful, beautiful places to visit that maybe people will miss if they don't open up their eyes.
Exactly. Like great, roadside seafood stands that are absolutely delicious right on the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to explore that kind of stuff.
That's the topic that I have here in the list. We're going to be talking about that, about going to off the beaten path to find eatery places. So when we come back, more Lifestyle Buzz. We'll be right back.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant, the Dresden Restaurant at 1760 North Vermont Avenue in Hollywood. Enjoy great entertainment, like the music of the legendary Marty and Elaine at the world-famous Dresden Restaurant. The Dresden was the location for the making of the movie Swingers. Now you can swing with stars Marty and Elaine. Plus, enjoy great food, too, like French onion soup, artichoke hearts, and many other great appetizers. Seafood, there's salmon, shrimp scampi, New Zealand orange roughy, halibut, Lake Superior whitefish, and specialties like veal, marsala, piccata, and parmigiana. Plus, we've got a great roast rack of lamb, chicken piccata, and cordon bleu, and pasta dishes, too. Steaks, filet, New York, Chateaubriand for two. Much more, too, including pork chops, prime rib of beef, and an incredibly extra large cut of prime rib. It's the Dresden Restaurant, open for lunch Monday through Saturday and dinner Monday through Sunday. Check us out at 1760 North Vermont Avenue or call 323-665-4294.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
Do you remember Herbert W. Armstrong? Do you remember his magazine, The Plain Truth? His television program, The World Tomorrow? The one and only possible message of world peace?
Tomorrow. Now we're living in the most serious, the most momentous times of the history of this world.
Those who heard Herbert W. Armstrong speak remember the depth of thought, the clarity of expression, and the power of his message. He spoke for God. God warned this world through Herbert W. Armstrong, and he gave hope to this dying world through Herbert Armstrong. What happened to that ministry? What happened to that message? We discuss this and so much more on our program, The Trumpet Daily. We're live weekday mornings at 11 a.m. Central Time in the United States. You can listen at CRN Digital Radio, Channel 3, or watch the live video stream at our website, thetrumpet.com.
We are back and we're talking about traveling and discovering more than just a hotel. I mean, you have to love the fact that you're able to go away for a few days, and yes, you'd want to stay in a charming, unusual place. I mean, that's what you go traveling for, is to discover what you don't usually do. And one of the things that I always recommend is food. Many people just make it a habit of going to the hotel's restaurant. And there is one thing that a lot of people don't understand, is that in many destinations, regardless of where you go, one of the highest percentages of travelers is the American traveler, because it still happens that we have probably the largest traveling population in the world. So it's, in many cases, a lot of the cuisine in many of the hotels is westernized to fit our palate. And as much as I love it, I mean, the steak is a steak, and the way they prepare it is fine. But if I want to have a steak and mushrooms, I can have it at home. I can have it anywhere here. So my thing is that people should take the time also and leave the comfort of this hotel and go explore the local cuisine. Now, you're going to find some stuff that may not be to your palate or anything else, but you need to explore the flavors. You need to explore what it is that makes these people so proud of what they cook and whatnot. You're a big explorer of foods. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
totally. I mean, some of the best meals I've ever had when I was traveling abroad were literally, on the street, and when I was in Southeast Asia a lot, and especially in Vietnam, there's just a lot of little stands, almost little storefronts, where they actually are like cooking the food in the street.
Right.
And, some of the great meals I've had are like that. And also, like you said, I mean, when you are in the resort itself, you're pretty much only hanging out with other American travelers for the most part, or other, your Western Europeans. But when you actually go out and venture out, you can meet the actual people of the nation that you're visiting.
Yeah. And I'm a big proponent of ecological travel. And many people misunderstand the word ecological because they figure it's only trees, monkeys, leaves, wildlife, and that type of stuff. But no, it's actually, you need to meet the locals and the customs from the local citizenry. In Argentina, you can find fine dining in Buenos Aires anywhere.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Some of the best steaks in the world are in Argentina.
But when you go to an estancia in the middle of Mendoza, in the middle of the cattle country, and they have a local barbecue, an asado, oh, Michael, it is the best. I'm sure, I don't know if you've ever done it, but you know what? If you have not, I recommend it. It's like these big grills in the middle of the pampas, and they're tossing the meats and the sausages, and they use a lot of offal, like the glands from the bulls, the sweetbreads.
Yeah,
the way they prepare them is like, it's out this world, man, with a nice wine
and it's going to be actually far more reasonable price wise than if you go to some of these more tourist trap fine dining restaurants close to the resort.
Yeah. You can go down to like places like Ensenada and go near the wharf there and eat seafood to your heart's content. And you're surprised when you get the bill, you go like, this beautiful big lobster, $12, it's like crazy, So people do need to really get a little bit unstarched and a little bit more adventurous, and I think they need to go out and really discover the heart of the destination that they're in and try it out. I know a lot of people go to Costa Rica and right away they have to go to a place called Café Brit. Café Brit happens to be like a Starbucks type of thing, It's actually an American people that it's the same system. Yet, coffee houses have been very, very well established in Costa Rica forever because in the morning, midday is a coffee break. In the afternoon is a coffee break. So there's a lot of really fine local, and the way we make it in Costa Rica is actually latte.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The hot milk goes in and the coffee. It doesn't have the foamy effect, but it's,
It's funny whenever I have coffee, or with people who are, not Americans, specifically people from Europe and specifically people from South America, because when they have our coffee, our standard drip coffee, they look at it with disgust. They're like, well, this is just like water. Because the rest of the world drinks their coffee almost like as an espresso, where it's very, very strong, and very, very, and unlike it's so watered down here.
Yeah, no, in many countries, what it is that sometimes it's the technique that is used that actually entices you to the enjoyment of a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, like in Costa Rica, many fine restaurants actually they still go with a cloth sock and they put the grill and they brew it right there in front of you, and from the very beginning you smell the grains in there, the intense coffee flavor of the dry powder, and then when they pour the water, the vapors start coming at you and all of that. And all of a sudden, man, you just want that cup of coffee, you know? So they add the little warm milk or hot milk and whatnot. It is heaven. It's really heavenly. So I suggest to people that when they travel, go to local establishments, go to smaller, go off the beaten path. Ask a guide.
Yeah, ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
Ask questions.
You cannot. That's one of the things that when people travel, like with my company, there's always a guide nearby. Not with them all the time, but nearby in case they need advice. So you're not alone. Ask questions. Enjoy your travels. We'll be right back.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. And for New Year's, it is definitely that little place you wish was down the street from you. Revelers, thrill seekers, come out of hiding and celebrate 2022. Now, would Columbo's let you down? No! Columbo's helps you celebrate the new year with fun, music, mouth-watering steaks, the freshest fish, along with Columbo's family Italian recipes. And fear not, Columbo's will be there with the world's most delicious meatballs, and it's also affordable. Citizens, make your plans now by contacting Columbo's 323-254-9138 and exclaim to one and all, I need Columbo's for New Year's. Columbo's and New Year's, going hand in hand. Columbo's, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's and New Year's, mangia bene.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
All right, we are back again, and Lifestyle Buzz is actually, we're going to be emphasizing more and more and more that what our show is all about is the topics that I list on my website, which is travel, food and wine, healthy living, everything that has to do with enjoying life more. And for that, there's also a part that we also need to work on, and that is we really need to get our psyche in the right mode. I mean, it seems to me that today you hear a lot of people that they groan and moan because many people think that older people are taking jobs away or taking room away. I mean, I don't understand why all of a sudden everybody's concerned with other people's lifestyle, and then they leave theirs kind of in the lurch, you know. I happen to be an older guy. I'm a senior citizen, no doubt. But I'm enjoying life like a teenager, you know. I mean, to me, life is just there, you know. I have the great fortune of having two daughters that have very young friends, and you know what? I have a blast talking to them because we communicate in the same level. They come to understand that because I'm their dad. My topic of conversation is not germane to their lifestyle. I stay in touch because the show that I do demands it. It demands that I know every level of people. See, I don't talk to older people only. I don't talk to middle-aged people only. I don't talk to women only. I don't talk to men only. I talk to the world. I talk to everybody who wants to listen. And that includes teenagers, that includes seniors, that includes gays, it includes everybody, because that is what radio is all about. We need to bring everybody into the same fold, more or less. Yeah,
that totally makes sense, and that's a great output too, outlook as well. And I think you're right. I think also too, because people are more connected just because of communication devices and social media nowadays. I think people are closer than ever, and I think we can make that a really good thing. Yeah. For example, like over the holidays, we all found out we all watched the same show on Netflix. And so, you have people in their 70s and people who are literally 14 years old being like, oh, did you see that episode where so-and-so happened? And that so-and-so, yeah, that was awesome. High five. And
yeah,
I don't think necessarily that there's a huge divide, in cultural likes between, the old and the young, or the black and the white, or the straight and non-straight. I think that, we're all, as John F. Kennedy said, we all, breathe the same air and, cherish our children's futures. And, there's a lot more that unites us than divides us.
You know what? It's really funny because a few months ago, when this racial divide was coming on really, for some reason or another, I bought some brown eggs, okay? And white eggs. I mean, I just bought two things of eggs. It turned out to be one box was brown, the other one was white, So I cracked one and I put it in a bowl, and I cracked another from the other color and I put it in the same bowl, and I said, I can't tell the difference, and I put the two shells right there, and I just posted as a see how it catches on, Surprisingly enough, many people actually saw what I was trying to say, that deep inside of our skin, we're all the same. We're all the same, We all have, but the differences of cultures and the differences of how we are is what makes us interesting to everybody, to each other, Otherwise, we will all be clones. We'll be like all dressed up like in one color suits, and that's it, So I think that we need to really stop kind of being so critical of each other. Maybe is that the right word, And I have something that Clint Eastwood is a hero of mine. And he was asked about his age, and he stated that he was 91. The interviewer then asked him how he felt being at that age. And the guy is so smart. He says, I don't look like I did at 20, so what? I'm still viable, I'm still active, and I'm still looking for projects to do. What he meant was that within his age, he has grown to, he knows he's not Dirty Harry anymore. He's not the cowboy with no name anymore. But he's still doing what he enjoys, and that's creating movies. And I think that's such a great thing to put it. I mean, it's like...
Yeah, if you do what you love every day of your life, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah. You know what? That's an old adage, and it's very true. It's extremely true. So, anyway, what I have coming up in the week shows to come, we're going to be introducing a fun factor. I think it's time that we do enjoy ourselves and that we make the audience part of what we do. It's no longer just a matter of sending a message, but I think we need to be a little bit more interactive, and we plan to do that, and we're going to be telling you how we're going to do that when we come back.
Have you heard about Vine to Bar chocolate? It's the winemaker's chocolate, the world's first chocolate made with well-vined Chardonnay marc from the beautiful coastal vineyards of North America. Gently pressed grapes are harvested after juicing, dried and finely milled and carefully blended into the finest dark chocolate. The Chardonnay marc contains highly beneficial grape nutrients, flavonols, and has a natural sweetness that flavors the luscious dark chocolate. Mouth-watering, flavorful, delectable dark chocolate goodness with Chardonnay sweetness and beneficial nutrients. And it's alcohol-free, too. It's Vine to Bar chocolate. Order some today at vinetobar.com. That's VINETOBAR.com. Cold shipped to your door, it's Vine to Bar. Vine to Bar chocolate. Visit us at vinetobar.com.
Keep listening for a free offer from US Med. If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of sticking your fingers over and over again. By simply wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of sticking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar daily and administering insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call today and learn about the latest CGM technology. We'll send you a free ebook telling you all you need to know about CGMs. A CGM can immediately reduce pain. It's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. Your new CGM may be covered by Medicare or private insurance. Call now to learn more. 800-524-9313. 800-524-9313. That's 800-524-9313.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's, at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. It's a fantastic place to celebrate the holidays. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with our 10-foot Christmas tree. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes, pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our incredible pizza, and our incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown in from Italy. Angelo's and Vinci's is the perfect spot for your holiday dinner or party. Get your shopping done for everyone by purchasing holiday gift certificates. Feel the spirit at Angelo's and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com.
Time flies when you're having fun, and I guess this is the last segment, right? Okay, we I'd like to announce the fact that for this coming year, we are going to be making it a little bit easier for people to participate with Lifestyle Buzz, and I'm going to be talking with Mike here because he's my super advisor here. But one of the things that I would like to do is I would like to bring Lifestyle Buzz a little bit more into your lives by you becoming more active in what we do here at the station, or for me, at least for Lifestyle Buzz. The show is actually your show too. And so I need your input and to give me information as to what you would like to hear. And I will enjoy listening to that. It's always good to have advice. We are going to be doing a little bit more traveling too. And I'm going to be inviting you to participate with that. It's going to be nothing crazy. Maybe once a year we are going to be going, or I'm going to be inviting people to travel with me out of the country. But there's going to be like a lot of stuff here within our area that is very, very apt for discovery. I think a lot of people don't really know how much great stuff is here in the immediate Southern California area. I mean, not only that, but I also have a lot of people in the flying business that are friends of mine, and we are going to be going to the museum up in Castle Air Force Base. We're going to be looking at some airplanes that are of great interest to a lot of people. And yeah, so I'm setting it all up, and we're going to start doing that hopefully in February, at least once a month. We're going to be taking a trip. And we're going to be also doing foodie stuff in the local area. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to, be giving you plenty of time to think about it and join us. And we are going to discover what it is to be a community and really start having a good time. Michael, what do you think of that idea?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I think it'd be really cool to do a remote broadcast from that air museum, and also it'd be really nice to have chefs come in and maybe bring in some of their samples, if you know what I mean. Wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. No. You know what I mean? Like I said, interactivity is something that I've always wanted to do because I have always done it as far as the travel company. Is I enjoy actually hearing from people who travel with our company, and they send us photographs and they send us, we ate this and we ate that, and we talk about them. Now I have the availability or the facility to be able to bring them on the air and having chat with them. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, it's going to be interactive, and I need for you people to start getting ready because we're going to be needing you more and more. And yeah. Michael, last words.
Yeah, so reach out to Orlando. He's going to give out the way you can contact him right now. So reach out, and maybe we can, really bring the show to the people.
Yeah. So if you need to learn more about what's going to happen, we're going to be putting it on our website at www.lifestylebuzz.today. And if you need to contact us, it's very simple. It's going to be lifestylebuzztoday@gmail.com. And hope to hear from you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I swear to God, man, you're going to need surgery to remove that smile off your face. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Oh, no. We'll be back next week. I don't want to go. Take care of yourselves. God bless. See you next week.